Hello, I'm Zachary Fulcian, and my project's over the common duckweed, or Lemna Minor. The taxonomy of the Lemna Minor is the domain is Eukarya, the kingdom is Plantae, the division or phylum is Tracheophyta, the class is Magnolioscipida, the order is Alismetales, the family is Araceae, the genus is Lemna, and the species is Lemna Minor. Here's the kingdom kaleidogram. So the farthest and the least evolved part of the whole kingdom kaleidogram is the archaea. The archaea is separated from the bacteria because it doesn't have cell walls containing peptidoglycan. The separator between bacteria and protista is that protista has membrane-bound organelles. The difference between protista and fungi/plantae is that fungi and plantae are both multicellular. The difference between fungi and plantae are what the cell walls contain. The fungi has chitin, the plantae has cellulose. And the difference between plantae and fungi and animalia is that animalia generally uses mouths to eat. And also they don't produce their own food. Now this part is the phylum kaleidogram. Here's the different phylums of plants. I'm going to start off, excuse me for my pronunciations in advance. Here's the Birophyta, here's the Athrositophyta, Marchantia. And the importance of these three are that they all have sporophytes. And they are separated from the next group, which are the tracheophytes by vascular tissue. These do not have vascular tissue at all. Let me continue on from this. Here's the relatives of the Lemna Minor. There's the Wolfia, the Wolfinella, the Landotia, and the Spirodella. These plants are very prolific. They're in all continents except South America and Antarctica. And they were introduced into Australia and also the New Zealand. And they're not even close to being extinct. And since they love really cold weathers, they're mostly found up here in North America and Western Europe. Here's the adaptations of the Lemna Minor. So the reproductive, it can produce 12 offspring for every one Lemna Minor. Thermal. It sinks and feeds off of pterion, which is one of its organs which is filled of starch when it's cold, so when it's in the winter, so it can survive. Here's an interesting fact. It saves energy because inactive guard cells. So pretty much the guard cells which control the stomata are pretty much shut off because there's no point in conserving energy because there's a lot of water around it, so it can continually do photosynthesis. And the digestive fact and adaptation. It maxes the amount of sunlight taken in because of the surface area of the leaves. Here's my food web. Here's the Lemna Minor. It gets eaten by a crane fly, a mallard, a wood duck, a turtle, and a snail. Here's the fossil record. So, since it's an angiosperm, even though it usually doesn't look like one, the ancestor is from 130 to 160 years ago. And it was found in New Caledonia. And here's some Harvard researchers researching on the first ancestor of angiosperms. And here's my bibliography.